So, how did you discover wrestling?
How did I discover wrestling? I grew up playing the games a lot. I didn't really watch it too often. It was hard to watch when I was a kid. It was on like paid TV and stuff, so we didn't really get to watch it. Kids at my school talked about it all the time, but I played all the video games from like PlayStation 1 up until like 2K25. So that's how I got into wrestling.
And how long does it normally take for you to do your paint?
Well, if I had all my gear and all my right brushes and stuff, like honestly, I can put it on in 15 minutes tops. Like I've gotten pretty efficient with it. But I've got like a old used one and then these two miniature ones. So I reckon it's going to take a while, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll even get cracking into it while we go.
Thanks for doing the interview too.
No, I appreciate it, man. I don't get asked often enough to do interviews. To be fair, I probably would say no to a lot of them anyway. But no, thanks for inviting me, man.
Thanks for saying yes. And what was it like training to be a wrestler?
It's different. Like because I'm a coach now. When I was a trainee, it was a lot more brutal. Like there was a lot of the times, our training scheduled for 2 hours, we would be doing cardio for an hour 45,
Yeah.
and then we might wrestle for 15 minutes before we get kicked out of the gym. So it was rough. So if you had to want to do it to stick around. It's a bit different now. It's a little bit more lenient, which isn't a bad thing either. It's a business at the end of the day.
Where did you do your training?
I started with a company in Brisbane. I don't know whether I'm allowed to talk about the company or not. But they ran shows once a month. So for the most part, training was only maybe an hour before a show once a month. And then we were able to get into a gym. So like bumping and boxing gyms and sort of stuff like that was crazy. But yeah, I sort of started there. It's a funny story. Me and my cousin, you probably would know him, Manu. We were working together and we're watching some kind of pay-per-view. I can't remember what it was. It was WWE. We're at work and we're just watching it while we're working. And I was like, man, there's got to be, like, we used to live in New Zealand, right? But now we're in Australia. I was like, we're in Australia. There's got to be a place for us to go and try to do this stuff. Because we did it in the backyard and on our trampolines and stuff growing up. So I just happened to like Google a wrestling school that day. And there was a promotion. The first link was for a boot camp, a 3-day boot camp that had started the day beforehand. So I just sent out an email and just said, hey, me and my cousin are interested in giving this a go. We know this one's already started, but if there's another boot camp or something down the line, would love to like come in and go for a role and figure out what it is. A few hours after that, they emailed me back saying that 2 people had just dropped out. And, if we wanted to, we could start that day. Well, for me, at least, I haven't turned back since, so that was probably, I think that was like 7 years ago or something. Yeah. It's been a minute actually.
And then you actually got to walk in front of a crowd when your music played. What was that like? Your first thoughts?
My first thoughts was why? Like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, why I'm about to go out in front of hundreds of people. Like, I didn't feel like I was ready at that point either. I was honestly like terrified, absolutely terrified. And then the moment that it gets to the part of my song where I have to walk out through the curtains, it sort of got to that bit and I just sort of said, well, I can't turn back now. It's just too late. walked out there, and it's crazy. You don't feel that anywhere else. I've played a lot of different sports, but the rush you get, even like from the first walkout, it's crazy, man. It's really, really crazy.
What was it like after the match was finished?
It was like a dream still. Like, it didn't feel real afterwards. I watch it back now and it was terrible. I everything about it was terrible, but in that moment I felt like really, really good afterwards. Yeah.
And what's one moment in your career that you normally just replay over and over?
One moment. Honestly, it'd probably be my first title. Yeah, I think I always come back to that.
What was it like winning your first championship?
It was heavy. It was really heavy. And I think that's why I always sort of come back to it often. Again, I didn't really feel like I was ready for a title. I had a lot going on in my home life as well. So it was just a weird feeling, but it felt heavy, man. Like I just felt the responsibilities of having the title as soon as it came into my head. And it wasn't the craziest part about it. The first time I won a title, I had no idea. There was only, I think it was only the ref, the opponent and the booker from memory that only knew what was happening. So when I did win it, I was like godsmacked. I really thought that we messed up the match somehow. But yeah, once the ref was like, nah, man, like, congratulations, it sort of hit really hard that I have to step up. I think that's one thing that's important. I think if you're trusted.
Was it a similar feeling to your debut? Just like, how is this happening now?
Yeah, very, very similar. Very, very similar. Because it wasn't too far from my debut. I from what I can remember. It was so long ago now, though, that my memory's a bit shoddy. But no, it was good.
And if you could make a dream match from any era, from any wrestler, any stipulation, what would your dream be?
Like, are you talking like local scene or
any time, like any person?
Like WWE or like
any
Queensland? Any
local, you could go WWE now or Legacy.
Damn. I think that's actually a tough one because I don't watch wrestling as much as I feel like I should. And that's whether it's local or not. Who would I like? A dream match of mine. I don't know if anyone could tell, but I'm somewhat a mark for Roman Reigns, right? Like, of course I am. Who isn't? But I think I'd like to see Roman versus The Rock because we still haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, that would be a good match.
So I think if there was something off the top of my head, yeah, that'll be it.
Would you put yourself against Roman Reigns too?
Hell yeah. Just so I could touch him. Far out. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I know he'll beat me, but like Roman's Roman, man. I don't think they don't make them better than him. He's bloody. Look at the work he's done.
Yeah,
untouchable, that guy. So yeah, no, 100% I'd go on, knowing full well I'll lose.
Yeah, and you're a part of a team called Culture with Toa, Eugenie, Certified. How did that team come to be?
Honestly, this is actually a funny story. But no, I was we were at training one day, and this was probably maybe the second or third time I ever really met Toa. And I just asked him, I was like, hey man, do you want to start a team? And he just straight away said, yep. from there, we sort of just were back and forth about everything. And then, that I think it was probably the same week or maybe the week after that, we were at an IPW show. And that's where we try to figure out whether to see if Jeannie was interested or not. It was just, we just walked up to her and said, hey, where you want to start something? Like, are you keen to join? Are you, no hesitations with her as well. She just straight away said, yep. So it's sort of just, that's how it started. And I sort of just threw Jeannie into the forefront of the group, and said, okay, well, you're now our boss, and you now take care of all the bookings, and you take care of all the money, and you take care of all the merch, and you babysit us. You are now, you're now the one. And she said, okay. And now we've just been steamrolling,
Yeah. And they both said like a similar story that like you got the group together, and now you just dominate Australia.
Everywhere. Yep, exactly, man. Yep. It's probably one of my fondest moments, actually, is Kulture.
Yeah. And when you took over IPW, you became the heavyweight champion. What was that like, just dominating that show?
It was great, actually. Like, I don't think I've ever really been around a place that sort of allows teams to come in that way. It's very rare, I think, around these local areas. So no, when we got to it, man, it was wicked. It ended short and abrupt, but like it sort of needed to as well. I feel like something that can't really be long term. You can't have Kulture sitting at the top of the thrones of IPW for a year or something. It just doesn't make sense. But no, it was good. It was good, and it's not to say that we won't be there again. Actually, I haven't been around the scene for the last month. I've been taking a break, but from what I can understand, the IPW title's vacant, or did that change?
Just last week, Chad got.
Oh no! Yeah, no, we're gonna have to make a change to that ASAP.
Toa has been rehired by IPW now after.
Oh, beauty! What an outrage that was, though, right? Like, for what? It's kind of Chad's fault.
Well, Chad said it was his fault because he threw the first punch, but I think everybody else is siding with Toa.
Right? No, yeah, I think it's Chad's fault.
Yeah, and how did Certified join the group?
That was all staged, really. Me and Tal weren't a fan of him. I don't know if you watched like the promos that we put out, but those were like almost kind of more legit than they were just for the entertainment and the story build. Like, we didn't like him. He kind of just bloody knocked me out, hitting me with a chain. So, no, we weren't fans of him, but he's sort of slowly come to be someone that we could rely on, or like, it's especially while Toa went away to Japan, Certified really stepped up for the family. So to answer your question, it was because of Jeannie. We didn't accept him. Now I do. Toa was still on the fence about him. Yeah. So yeah. But he saved my butt. He saved Toa's butt. He saved Jeannie's butt in matches. So like, he's got my votes. It's whether Toa wants to finally accept him at some point soon or not.
Yeah, hopefully. And what was it like wrestling for Kulture from like the first debut to current day?
Organic. It was very organic. We didn't really have to try to mesh our styles together. They sort of everything just flowed. We push ourselves outside of just what you see on shows and on social media, where we're in each other's faces a lot, like daily, just making sure we're keeping up with training, we're keeping up with like creativity and merch, and like we push ourselves. So from where we started to where we are now, I think we've refined a lot since then. Like it was already organic to start off with, and we've sort of just fine-tuned small things. Nothing's really changed too much, but we've become a lot more refined, I think, over the last at least 6 months.
Yeah. Talking about like teamwork, you got the third greatest Queensland team award from last year. What was that like, hearing that?
I don't pay attention to lists. I know it's just a weird thing for me. I don't like to let my like everyone's opinion's different. So like we might be somebody's third, but we might be somebody's first. We might be somebody's 10th. It's because it's just based on somebody else's opinion. Whether I respect them or not, it doesn't matter. I just don't focus on lists too often. The fact that someone considered us the third top team in Queensland, that's cool. That's really cool. I couldn't picture who would be first, who won, who got the first one on that list.
Well, I forget the tag team. I can picture them right now, but
no, that's fair. Well, yeah, I feel like that list's wrong. That's why I don't. Yeah. That's why I don't pay attention to lists. But I'm also in my own bubble, so I don't know. Like who was first or second. I don't know whether they had a bigger resume or a better resume or anything like that. So I try not to focus on lists too much because I feel like that can fuel people's ego in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was the Dropouts and the QWA team.
Oh, the Dropouts, yeah, they're 100% top in Australia. Yeah, no, I can get that. The QWA team, no way. Ain't nothing bigger than Kulture and the Dropouts.
And how did you get the Punisher name? Why is that?
I had always messed around with face paint, and at one time I was sort of just trying to find something. So I was every match I was having, I was changing my face paint, replicating like warriors from other things. So like I did like Kratos from God of War. I think I can't even remember now. It's been so long. But I played with a lot of different things, and I put a Punisher skull on my chest. I like painted it on there for one of my matches, and for some reason I couldn't stop thinking about Polynesian Punisher in my head when I was wearing that. So then one day I asked someone who used to help me with my face paint if she could put a skull, or half a skull, or half a Punisher skull on my face, and she did it, and I kind of just haven't looked back. And that would have been 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. I started doing the Polynesian Punisher thing. I learned real quick that I can't really wrestle without the paint on. It's like a big confidence thing. So when I first started doing paint, I'd only have like sort of one line here, and I couldn't hide behind that stuff. But now that I've got the whole half of my face done, I can hide that, and it's I'm louder for it.
And talking about that, how did your gear evolve over time? Because you got the red.
Yeah, I started with trunks, just like biker shorts, and then I finally got some custom stuff made, and they were still biker shorts, but with like a little flat loincloth thing. But then there were like some winters here, and I don't like to admit it because I'm from New Zealand, where it's much colder usually there. But there was winters here that I was actually freezing out back, standing outside waiting for my match to come through. So I took sort of a basic design and just made them into pants, and then I just haven't looked back. So it hasn't really. I don't think it's evolved too much. They went from shorts to pants. But I like my current gear with the black and the orange, with the island pattern within them. Well, the culture gear. It's probably my favorite set to date. I have a whole bag full of literally I haven't gotten rid of any of my old gear. They're all sitting in a bag. A lot of them are torn to shreds and falling to pieces, but I think I've got something like 9 different pairs of gear, just from over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you had the black and the red and blue stripes. I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Those I had for the longest time, and then obviously I just took that same design and added our culture flavor to it, and so that's what I'm rocking now. But I am in the business of trying to get some more gear, merch, and everything designed up. So who knows what is going to happen this year with my gear.
Yeah, and nearly every culture member has held 3 titles at the exact same time. You have the Venom Heavyweight, the YBAN QWA tag at the exact same moment. What was that like, holding up all those companies?
Oh man, it's heavy and a burden. It's heavy and a burden, man. Like and you gotta, for the most part, you gotta travel with those things too. So they're not light. You can't just throw them in your carry on and think you're gonna be sweet. So expensive. They're very expensive, but no, it was good. It was good. It's really cool to have multiple companies sort of put their chips on you at the same time. It's really cool. But I'm not big on titles either. I have a really, really poor memory. So there's been a lot of times where I've rocked up to shows realizing that the title is still at home. So it's really, really bad. It's really bad.
Like that goes through culture because Eugenie lost her championship.
Oh, all the time. We're all very, very similar, and I think that's why it works so well.
Yeah, because I remember hearing one story. Eugenie wanted to borrow your championship and go out.
Yeah, because she left hers. Yep. And like I would have been all for it, but they looked completely different. So I think someone would know if.
I think it would have definitely confused me watching, thinking, did I miss a show? Have they started doing more shows a month?
Right, exactly. So, no, we're bad. We're really bad. We'll never forget to eat. We'll never forget where all the good food shops are, but we'll forget our titles. You can almost guarantee.
But always do a good match.
Yeah.
So, do you know what's next for your career?
Not really, actually. Like I said earlier, I have taken a break over the last month. Just stepping outside of the ring. I haven't coached in that same month. I go back to pretty much everything next week. Try to get back like ring ready and everything. I don't know when my next appearance will be. It could be June. It could be July. But I think if I can say anything, I think people need to watch out. I think they should be wary when I am back, because I'm going for everything this time. I think after my break, I've sort of realized there's people in places that they shouldn't be, and I was about to swear. I want the gold. I want it all. So I think people should, I think that's all I can say about the future. People need to watch out.
So your goals are to take down the people that aren't meant to be on that level.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can tell you now, there's a lot of people at that at the top right now that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
That at all, and I'm not the only one that thinks that. I think majority of people feel the same way. I'm just going to do something about it.
Yeah, and can't wait for your return to wrestling. Do you have any other ideas that you want to go for, like champion? Do you want to focus on singles or tag?
Well, that's the tag pool here is super limited. Like there's only a handful of teams that we haven't wrestled yet. So I think sort of working the tag division still necessary. I think we need to be there. But in saying that, I want more singles recognition. So I think I'll be aiming to do a lot more singles when I'm back.
And I got a fan question from Nick Storm. Nick Storm asked, "What inspired your war paint?"
The Punisher.
Yeah.
Just from what is it, Marvel? Like not heavily. It's just like I said earlier. I put a Punisher skull on my chest once. Liked it. Wanted to put it on my face. And then just started doing it ever since. I do want to try to do something different with it. I know the paint that I use is kind of annoying. So I want to try something else, like makeup or just something. I do want to try something else, and a few different designs. I don't know if I want to keep doing the skull or if I want to go away from it. Yeah, it's just wait and see and learn as I do, because I don't think too far ahead, to be honest.
Is there anything like Punisher that you're a fan of? That we could paint for?
Say that one more time.
Like as paint form, like you did Kratos, you did Punisher.
Yeah, I've done all sorts of. I can't even, for the life of me, I can't remember who else I've sort of just tried. But I mean, in saying that, if I'd love some suggestions, so like if someone hits up some comments and there's some suggestions in there, I'll try them. I'm willing to try them, as long as they're not like clowns, because I think there's enough clowns on the scene.
Yeah, you got plenty of them, actually.
Yeah.
And do you have one
face paint and none.
Do you have one piece of advice for upcoming wrestlers that want to do this?
One piece of advice: run, get out of it while you can. No, honestly, just push yourself. Like this business doesn't forgive, and it won't forget either. So you've just got to push yourself through everything. If you want it, you have to do everything and treat it like a full-time job almost. Like the stricter you hold yourself to this stuff, the better you'll be. You can't just come into this because you like. It's a weird thing. If you like just doing this on a Saturday as a hobby, that's fine, but you sort of still got to treat it the same as people who take it seriously, because otherwise you're kind of disrespecting a lot of people that do want to do a lot of this. So my only advice is, treat it seriously, take it for what it is, and push hard.
Yeah. And how's the tunnel meetings? Are you going to organize more of those with like Toa, Eugenie?
That's well, we're really bad at filming, especially lately, but that's where we hold our meetings often, at least once a week. So we do need to get some content up. We've been lax, and we've all got our own things going on personally as well, so it doesn't always line up. So we will. There will be some more tunnel content coming through soon, for sure.
Thank you for doing the interview. Do you want to push anything like merch, shows, socials?
No. I just appreciate your time, and keep your eyes out for us. Kulture, Genie, Toa myself. That's all I can really say, man. Just thank you for your time.
No worries. Thank you for your time and showing us how you do your face paint.
Cheers, man. It's a bit tacky because I sort of got carried away with talking, but usually this is all coloured and all down here, and you get the gist, right? You get the gist.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good day.
Awesome, man. Thanks, you too.